Welcome to Outside Television's TheBuzz, where we present the innovative, the inspirational, and the revealing. I'm Karla Cavalli. We're going to jump off western cliffs, glide above eastern treetops, run up and over walls, and partake in a little summer dog sledding. But we start out in the land of the midnight sun, where intrepid trekkers take to Sweden's Lapland Mountains for the annual Fjällräven Classic. It turns out that this 3-day, 68-mile adventure is a perfect fit for one of our more adventurous contributors, Outside Magazine's Stephanie Pearson.
The Fjällräven Classic will begin 90 miles above the Arctic Circle at the foot of Sweden's highest mountain range, Kebnekaise. This iconic trek will offer up a variety of terrain, including some of Scandinavia's most breathtaking scenery. The 2,000 participants will start in the Sami village of Nikkaluokta and end at Abisko. Some trekkers compete for medals. Completing the 68 miles in 3 days earns you gold, 4 days gets you silver, and 5 days puts you in the bronze category. No one is permitted to stay overnight in huts, so tents are part of the required gear. Fjällräven is Swedish for Arctic fox. It's also the name of the company that started this trek. Andreas, you're the expert.
Yes, Fjällräven Classic is a trekking event in north part of Sweden, 250 kilometers above the Arctic Circle. We have 2,000 participants. The trek is 110 kilometers, I think it's 69 miles.
So tell us about the stages of the trek.
The first stage is, the starting point is Nikkaluokta, Sami village. And then you hike up to Kebnekaise area. That is the first checkpoint of the whole trek. The next stage is to Singi cabins. You're entering a valley with really good views. So from Singi you come to Selka. That is also around 19 kilometers. After that you start climbing up to the Chekcha Pass. That is 1,100 meters. Okay. It's a quite rocky pass and a few years back we even had snow there on the night. The next checkpoint after Chekcha Pass, it works downwards towards Allesjaur. Also there are some Sami families living there, and it's a big lake, really beautiful setup. Next checkpoint is Keron checkpoint. Then it's 34 kilometers towards the finish line.
And what kinds of nationalities are represented?
This year we have 24 nations represented. Everything from US, Canada to China and Japan, and of course a lot of countries in Europe, but also a few people from Argentina and Chile.
The 7 stages of the Fjällräven Classic traverse grassy moors, birch forests, interlocking lakes, and terrain best described as moonscape. 2,000 participants, ranging from experienced to novice, are about to set off on this exhilarating trek. This adventure will be a fusion of wilderness, wildlife, and camaraderie above the Arctic Circle. At the end of each day, the trekkers unload their backpacks, set up their tents, and prepare their evening meals. Interestingly, some of the Fjällräven gear used today was first developed in the 1960s. In the early 60s, you were here when Fjällräven started their brand, and you had a hand in developing it.
The founder, Mr. Ake Nordin, was around here in the early 60s when he was young, doing some hiking trips. He knew Henrik and the Sarri family as being experienced Sami people, being in the mountains for many, many years. So he stayed with them at their house for 1 week. And he took notes and asked questions, and together they developed some of the first backpacks. And then he said that, while this is really good, and now I will go down to Örnsköldsvik and I will start a factory to make backpacks. And that's what he did, and he made some backpacks and sent them up here, and they tried them out, and that's on the way it is.
It's no surprise that the Fjällräven Classic includes among its trekkers several company executives from both Sweden and the US.
Fjällräven Classic is a quite unique event, I have to say. We are inviting people from all over Europe and also worldwide actually. We have 24 nations participating. And it's not only for the pros, it's also for families, for beginners, for really skilled people, etc., etc. So it is definitely a unique event.
We focus very much on good quality and qualities that last, which means we are not so interested in developing new technology just for the sake of marketing or for the sake of coming up with something new. If we find something that works, we will keep doing it for a long time.
We are getting this kind of non-extreme position towards the nature, that we encourage people to go out in nature like in their everyday life. And also we are not using too much of this synthetic materials. We are trying to use as much organic materials, fabrics as possible. But I would say the main thing is that we are encouraging people to do outdoor activities in their daily life.
I like this very much. For example, this event, that's exactly, that's one of my goals. See, now I get a lot of people getting out in the wilderness. Not only the young, tough guys. Now I get children, they take their children with them, and now they can try and they don't have to be afraid because we take care of them. And that's why we have 2,000 people out there now. And I mean, that's a really big thing for me.
In Lapland, Sweden, I'm Outside contributing editor Stephanie Pearson for TheBuzz.
Stephanie says that in the Lapland part of Sweden, reindeer meat is an everyday treat. Sorry, Santa. Check out the photos and blogs about the Fjällräven Classic on their website. From above the Arctic Circle to above the Western Desert, when TheBuzz returns, we go base jumping. And later, dog sledding when there's no snow.